Can I do the after show with you real quick?
Oh, of course.
Okay, so the after show is basically just like 11 questions. I based it off of a show called Inside the Actor Studio. Did you ever watch that show?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it.
Okay, it was ages ago. I used to love it as a kid because I used to learn what like favorite curse word all of my favorite actors had. But I don't ask you about your favorite curse word. I ask you about pets specifically. So what is your favorite breed?
I think Chihuahua.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? Chihuahua is actually like the next question is what's your least favorite breed, and Chihuahua makes that one a lot. So what's your least favorite breed?
Let me say though, Chihuahua at one time probably would have been my least favorite.
Really?
Until Tyson. But then you saw I showed you Pepper.
Yeah.
Especially a Chihuahua. Tyson was a Chiweenie.
Yeah.
Doxie and Chihuahua mix, and so
that's what I want.
So awesome. Chihuahuas is for all their weird, what most people would perceive as negative qualities. They're so cool, so rich in spirit. I mean, granted, Tyson's pretty special, but yeah.
So I don't know if you know anything about El Paso, but we have our baseball team, our minor league team is the Chihuahuas. Juarez is in Chihuahua, like the region of Mexico that it's in. Yeah, it's Chihuahua. So, and we have a ton of Chihuahuas here. And I told my husband recently, I was like, the next dog we're getting, because we have 3 older dogs, it's going to be a while. But the next dog we're getting is a Chihuahua. And he was like, I don't even care. He doesn't care. He's like, I just want a dog. I don't even care.
Rescue one.
We're going to rescue a Chihuahua here.
One of the most, the people dump those dogs all the time.
And I want to become a dog trainer. And I feel like that might be a good dog training dog.
They're hard to train.
So they'll teach me a lot.
It's not that they're not smart, because they are. Like Tyson was really smart. I mean, and so is Pepper. But they're so willful.
Yeah.
They do what they want. I think if you get a Chihuahua, you got to kind of get them knowing that you're going to have a close relationship with them, and they're very smart, but you got to give them a lot of freedom.
I have a dog named Titan who is like a Bouceron or something like that. I did his genetic testing. He's like Heinz 57. But he's naturally a really good dog, but like he's not learning tricks, and he's not complying to my wishes. Like, so long as his needs and his standards are met, like he's good, but like he's not an easy dog either. Yeah. So I feel like I'm good with that. I like a dog with a little sense of self.
Yeah, like our dog Ellie, the golden doodle.
Oh,
super smart, and sweet, beautiful, just a wonderful little soul. Could train her. I mean, she could do dog shows. I mean, she's not
really,
the mini, but she's not any smarter than Pepper. But I'll tell you what, a hell of a lot easier to train.
Right, like easier to motivate. So okay, so what's your least favorite breed? And it's okay to have a least favorite. I guess I asked this question because I want to normalize the fact that like some dogs are not for some people, and that's okay.
Yeah. God, that's a tough one because I love dogs. I love pretty much all dogs.
What dog would you not have? Like, it's like a breed that you like. They're cool, but you wouldn't have one.
I think see, my wife is allergic, so we have to have one that's either short hair with very little shedding or hypoallergenic. God, that's a tough question.
I know. You got to choose one.
Yeah. God. Name off a bunch. Maybe I can.
Would you have a Great Dane?
Yeah. It wouldn't be.
Would you have a Rottweiler?
Wouldn't be ideal. Oh, I definitely have a Rottweiler.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. Yeah. Would you have a German Shepherd?
Yeah, for sure. I would.
Golden Retriever?
Absolutely.
Some kind of sheepdog?
Oh yeah, I think they're awesome.
Would you have like one of these really slobbery dogs?
Like a boxer,
or a lazy dog, or a farty dog.
I love them all, but I guess.
What dog would Misha not have? Your wife?
I think there are certain.
How about a frou-frou dog, like a Papillon or like a Pomeranian?
Dog that I really don't like. It's not that I don't like them. They don't make me want to just gush like most dogs do. Cocker Spaniel.
Okay, That's fair. That's totally fair.
I don't dislike them. I just wouldn't want to necessarily have one.
Yeah. They're not my favorite. I grew up with a friend who like her family only had Cocker Spaniels and she had great dogs, but like I didn't want to have one just because I met them.
Yeah. Sorry, that was such a
No, that's fine. That's totally fair. We've actually had a super Cocker Spaniel fan before, so it's totally balanced. Do your pets sleep in your bed?
Yes.
Except for the chinchilla, I'm assuming.
Yeah, he'd get crushed or eaten by Ellie, but honestly,
yeah. How does that work? Is she safe? Is he safe around her?
We have to watch closely. She's never tried to hurt him, but she's real interested.
Oh yeah, she's a hunting dog.
Well, when we brought Ellie home, they were playing kissy face. Like they were like he has no fear of her, and she's coming up to him, but she just was a little too aggressively interested, and so we just decided we better play it safe. And
so I just interviewed a golden retriever expert, and apparently golden retrievers are naturally really mouthy. So yeah, I would be worried about a golden doodle getting too close to something small.
Yeah. I mean, and he's another one. He's got big personality. Usually we either have her out, but watch her really close. Don't let her get too close to him, or she goes in her crate. In fact, for a while there, as soon as he came out, she would just go into her crate.
Oh, smart.
That's how smart she is, though. She just knew, I'm going to go in my crate now. And she and Pepper are so close, such good friends, that I'll save the story for later. But she'll go into her crate and sit with her because she doesn't.
Oh my God, I love when dogs like cuddle in their crates together. Like that's such a safe space for them. So if they're letting another dog in there, it just really solidifies like how close they are to me.
Oh, they're best friends, soulmates. I have like metaphysical reasons to believe it too.
That's so awesome. So I used to think that Titan, who's still with us, and Socks, who passed away last year, were soulmates, but I feel like Titan has lived his best life since she passed away. So I don't know anymore. I have to like check in with a medium and find out what that was about, because I feel like he is like, thank God she's gone, because she was kind of bossy and she kind of controlled him, and now he's like living his best life. But that's a whole other conversation. Okay, who or what wakes you up in the morning?
My phone.
Alarm?
Yeah. Well, sometimes I'll wake up on my own, but usually it's my alarm.
So the dogs sleep in. That's good. That's good news. And the almost teenager sleeps in.
Yeah. Well, to some extent, she gets up and does her own thing.
That's awesome.
But almost every night at some point I'll wake up with Pepper curled up next to me. So she's my little spooner.
Oh my God, I love it. What is your most used training commander cue with your dogs? What do you use? Like stay, sit, come?
Stay. Probably. Stay. Well, probably come, actually. Probably come.
Yeah? And they're good at it?
Ellie is. Pepper she knows what I want.
Sounds like my Titan. He only comes when there's a bag of treats being waved around.
Yeah. They're ultimate. Yeah, but I have a treat. Pepper will come when she's ready. Otherwise, Ellie will come right now because she knows that's what I want. But she's a much more of a pleaser. Yeah.
I mean, people need to know that before they get dogs. Like some dogs are trying to please you, and some dogs are like Titan, just want to please themselves. And so long as their status quo is good, then all's good.
It's all good.
What is your least used training commander cue? One that you don't use on purpose, or one that you wish you used more?
No.
No, you don't. You wish you used it more?
Oh, you
don't like it.
I wouldn't say that there's really a particular training command that I think probably shouldn't use, but we definitely, I indulge their begging a lot, and I even encourage it ultimately, especially with Pepper. I did the same thing with Pepper as I did with Tyson, and that I built trust in her through food because she was very, she still is actually very skittish. And so, getting her to feel safe, little nibbles so she knows that I'm the nice guy, that I'm
That's not a bad thing, though. I feel like most trainers would be like, yeah, that's what we do.
but it's like, like I'm eating my dinner and I take a little nibble and give them to.
Okay. You've encouraged begging.
I've encouraged begging.
You've rewarded them when they beg.
But I did the same thing to Tyson, and it helped us bond. I mean, it made it actually, people criticize me for it, and I understand the criticism, but maybe I could have done it the straight way with treats and things like traditional treats, but it played a big role in me winning him over. Things
have changed in like the recommendations. Like people are like, before, like 5 years ago, people would be like, don't give them people food, and now it's like, add fresh foods to your dog's food. So like things are changing. We're like, before we used to think that like anything we would give would upset their stomach. Like now, like the acupuncturist that's working with my dog Titan, who's 14 and like toward the end of his life, he's not hospice, but he's getting there. She was like, he doesn't have a history of diarrhea. No. He doesn't have a history of vomit. No. She was like, change his food up however often you want. The most important thing is to keep him eating, right? Because like the recommendations are changing. So like now it's like almost like you can give them a little bit. Like Thanksgiving, they used to be like, don't give them, they'll get pancreatitis. And now it's like, okay, so avoid like the turkey skins, but like you can give them breast. Well,
and I've always been pretty conscientious about what I give them.
Exactly.
I'm not giving them a bunch of garbage, like little pieces of chicken, things like that. But it's still coming from my plate.
I'm sorry, but I'm the same way. I was in the business of spoiling pets. I was in the business of making their lives more fun. I've never been a vet. I've never been a trainer. I was a pet sitter dog walker. So when they were in my care, it was like fun times. So to me, like even my dogs, I'm like, my kids are eating and throwing food and I'm like, so long as it's not chocolate or like coffee that they're like drinking out of my cup or something like toxic. Let them have it.
That's how I feel too.
Yeah. I mean, life's short. Eat up. All right. What pet related noise do you love?
I love listening to Pepper and Ellie fight.
Because they're like best friends.
Especially Pepper, because she wants to sound like she's vicious. It's and she loves to come up to me, and she's funny because she's, like I said, she's really skittish and easily frightened, but at the same time she loves to play, and a lot of times she'll like have this look on her face like kind of sheepish or whatever. She just wants to be left alone, or if at the very least maybe you can pet her. And then at other times she'll walk up to me and she has the look in her eyes, and she walks up to me like you want to go, and I'm like, it's like, what's wrong, and it's stupid, but I lean down and I put my finger out and go, you want some? And she comes in and she goes, but she doesn't bite down. It's
right. It's a play.
And she runs around and it's I love it. It warms my heart.
She's so cute. She sounds awesome. I swear, awesome. I'm definitely gonna have a Chihuahua at some point. What pet related noise do you hate?
Pets cry and dogs crying.
So imagine in another life you would be a pet professional. What profession would you have chosen? Like, let's say that you have anything available to you now to be in the pet world. What would you choose?
That's a really good question. I think as far as what I would enjoy, the easy answer would be a veterinarian because I would love to care for them, but I think it would kill me emotionally to see them suffering. And so I think, honestly, and this is still something that's possible, a Reiki person. A Reiki practitioner.
Pet Reiki. I mean,
it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to get paid anything for it or much for it, but I think the difference there is, you show up to a shelter or to a clinic or whatever, and you see a dog hurting, and you even just briefly, you give it some peace and make it feel a little bit better, and ultimately, you're not the one that's having to, to hurt them more to help them or to put them down, or
right. Yeah. That's actually beautiful. I never thought about that, but yeah, that'd be a really great gift to give. What pet-related profession would you never want to try?
I'd probably be willing to try anything, but the one I'd probably be least likely to want to do, God, I'm probably trainer. I don't know that I'd be a very good trainer.
That's a popular one, but I actually think, based on the 3 hours we've been on of Zoom, I feel like you'd be a really good trainer.
Maybe if I knew the techniques, if I learned the techniques and so that I could be patient enough, because I think that you have to know what you're doing in order to be patient, and we get frustrated. Either that, I don't know that I'd want to. I think being a groomer, I've number of times I've groomed Ellie, and it's exhausting.
No, it's not easy. Yeah, that's actually something I would never want to do. So like here, I told you I was like, I've been applying for jobs like in the pet world. I'm a freelance writer too. I write for magazines and stuff. So I've been like throwing like my hat into like whatever. And the one thing I will not try, what I would not apply to, is grooming. I just don't think I'd be good at it.
I think that's my answer. I don't think long term I'd probably be, which is kind of ironic because I had a lawn business when I was in high school and college. I love mowing, which is, in a way, it's kind of similar.
Yeah, it's manicuring.
But there's something about getting that nice fresh grass smell. You walk away, you see the grass looks beautiful.
Yeah, and the grass isn't biting you.
That too, and it doesn't smell.
Yeah, and you don't have to like.
You don't have to like
what? The anal glands.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yes, I agree. I don't think I would be a groomer anytime soon. Okay, so this is the last one, and I think I already know the answer, but I'm going to ask you anyway. So in the show, Inside the Actor's Studio, the question was always, when you get to the pearly gates, what's the first thing that God tells you when you arrive, right? So my question is, if the Rainbow Bridge exists, who is the first pet to greet you when you arrive?
Tyson.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Yeah.